thank you for sitting down with us to discuss a little bit of your awesomeness here at Ready Chef Go. Tell me, what drove you to creating the style of food that Ready Chef Go makes?
This whole idea came about a couple of years ago. We were talking about having the ability to go grab some fresh food, that you can feel good eating. And obviously, we're so fortunate to live in California, where we're around the produce capital right here. Nuts, stone fruits, everything except for lettuce this time of year almost. And so we have this ability where we can get things local within a 250-mile radius, and we can literally feed local people with local food. And so the idea behind it was just kind of getting back to the basics of how people used to eat, and we like to eat that way. It feels good, and that's where the idea came. I think there's a lot of things that people have learned, and it's kind of something culturally we're all shortcutting and doing things the fast and quick way. And so instead of doing that, it takes a little bit more time to make it right. Sometimes by just brining a product that needs a little bit more moisture will help, poultry or something like that. And using fresh ingredients makes a huge difference. Buying it from the source, so we're literally getting fruits and vegetables that are 5 miles away. They're brought by the farmer. Just like when you pick something in your garden, it tastes better than when you bought at the store that was picked 4 days prior. And so that's it. We're not putting a lot of seasoning. We're using nature seasonings. We're using natural. A little more care and attention. Make sure you cook something when it's the right time to cook it at the right temperature. Using the freshest products that are in season naturally tastes better. And that's the whole thing. So nature is kind of driving this thing for us, and we're not getting in her way. We're letting her drive the bus. You can't use the secrets there, Scott, but you get ordered by the pound.
Okay.
Or a pound and a half, actually. But that's made every other day. We go through a lot of granola. And obviously it's seeds and fresh apricots, and actually we dry the apricots in-house. And so granola itself, we use local honey. It's an easy thing to do. The Greek yogurt and the fresh seasonal berries, whatever's in season right now, that's really popular. There's not really too many secrets there, except for we start with great ingredients, pay attention to what we're doing, and just do it the right way. Well, beet salad, even when people say beets are not in season, farmers can literally grow them year-round. Our local farmer here in Comanche Creek, Jim, said, I can get you beets 12 months out of the year. Because most people don't eat them except for in the winter. But that's our #1 selling salad. And so once we stopped putting them out there, we were kind of going, well, it's not in season. Guests go, yeah, but we want it. So we call the farmer, can we get beets? He goes, yeah, I can get you beets whenever you want them. So that kind of took on its own little life. So it's kind of almost a seasonal thing, 12 months out of the year instead of 3 or 4. There's really integrity in the food is what it just comes down to me. And that is, a lot of people can say they're fresh. And it's easy, that word is really tossed around a lot. And so people can say, like the word fresh frozen, what does that even mean? We know when something was frozen, it was originally fresh, but then you have fresh frozen. And people use the concept fresh and toss it around, and they're like, no, I just made it fresh myself. But you weren't using fresh ingredients. So I think if you really dial it into the source, when you're getting as close as you can to having it picked or caught or whatever you're doing, and it's in a closer circle of locality, then you're really, that is the secret. And as far as the way you handle it and store it, those are really long. For us, it's simple, but maybe there's a lot more to that we haven't really dove into. And to answer your question, I think it really comes down to the most important thing is that the freshest and closest to the source they can be naturally would taste better. And of course, the way you handle it, obviously, you don't overcook things sometimes. Sometimes things don't need to be cooked at all. So that's a big thing.